that's fun.
Cool. So if you're new to the play party scene, what are some things you can do or to kind of handle the process when you're first going to play parties? This is Jimanekia Eborn from SewJim, SEWJIM.com, and I'm Cathy Vertulli from theintimacydojo.com. And what are your thoughts, Jimanekia?
So, as I like to say, I'm new booby to these play parties and exploring. I think the first thing for me is making sure that I am comfortable in my own head before I go anywhere. And also, for me, it's like I need at least one person to be there that I know to bounce my feelings and my thoughts off of.
Yes.
First step.
No, it's huge to have a buddy. Like, you're not the only like, I've gone to a couple alone and just been like, I don't know anyone here, and all these people are doing these things, and I'm like, I don't even feel like I can watch because I just feel overwhelmed. But having one person that I can go, oh my God, it's okay, like, I'm not alone, that's really powerful. And the more we can be comfortable in our own head anytime, even if you've gone to a lot of play parties, we play games with ourselves all the time and can knock ourselves off our confidence horse really fast.
Oh, so our worst enemies. But also for me, like going, like I said, knowing someone, knowing that I am in a safe environment, knowing who's hosting the party and trusting them, because I feel like knowing that person, it allows me to kind of know the people that will be attending. Through their screening process. So that's also very helpful. And knowing that I don't have to participate if I don't want to.
Yes.
I love options.
Yeah, me too. I think, I tend to like to know who's throwing the party or hosting it, because different people will have different styles. I really love an open welcome circle where everybody knows the rules. That makes me feel really safe. I like someone who emphasizes consent so that everybody knows that's really important. Someone who talks about safer sex, because then I know everybody's kind of like tuned to that already. And it just makes it easier for me to stand up for myself and like, no, I want to have a conversation. Oh, no, we're having this conversation. I also love, like you said, voyeurism is participation. That's one of Reed's rules in Reed Mahalko, and I love that. He has a safer sex elevator speech too that I use a lot in
I love that speech.
It's a great one. I'll leave the link below. I think that also realizing, even though I didn't plan on playing the first parties I went to, I would see people playing, and my brain would, like, there'd be this group of people doing this really cool things, and my brain didn't register that they probably knew each other for 10 years and probably played a bunch of times, and like everything was like, they, just to me, like, I felt like I should be like them if I was going to be the cool one at the party. My brain was like immediately leaping from I don't know anyone here, it's my first party, I don't even know how they really work, to I should be fucking in that pile over there if I want to be a real play party person. And our brains do that. Like, we kind of normalize everything to our experience level. And if you can remember that it's okay not to play, even like it's okay, and just talk to people. Like, usually there's a food section and you can like have some cheese and talk to people and go, oh my God. And I've made some wonderful friends. And then start to get to know people. Don't make it an agenda that you have to be fucking everyone in the room, but like getting to know people and listening to your own body, what it needs. For me, for the first like 7-8 play parties I went to, it was about normalizing the shame around sexuality for me. Trauma background, sex was this big scary thing. Being in a room full of people celebrating their bodies and the joy they could have, terrifying but amazing, like so good for me. And kind of, okay, what's right for my body? It is not to jump in a middle of a play pile. It is not to sleep with someone I don't know and don't feel connected to. Like, just tuning into what I want rather than the perceived social pressure. There wasn't actually anyone saying I should do it, but yeah. So what else do you like to, like, what was, you want to share any of your experiences from your early play parties?
Yeah, so for me, like you were saying, like, we have our own things. Like, I always feel like I'm bothering people.
You're bothering
people?
And
so I feel like I'm bothering people, like, being at the party, like, oh, no, like, I'm here, I'm cool, hey. But then I, like, don't want to be like, oh, that looks cool. And people are like, hey, if you'd like to engage. I'm like, no, I don't want to bother you. Like, I feel like I'm still intruding on what's going on. I think for me in this last New Year's was really good because there was a lot of forcing myself to ask for what I wanted. Yeah. I think that's really important at a play party, is knowing what you want and finally getting to that space to actually ask for it. And I realized that I was like, I'd like a massage. People were like, oh, I'd love to do that. I'm like, oh my God, people actually do. I'm not bothering people. They actually care and want to support me. So knowing your yeses, knowing your no's, knowing your boundaries, I think that's extremely important. And also knowing that those can be flexible if you want them to.
Yeah. No,
so those have been like my things I'm working through.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. I love being specific too, like you said, asking for what you want. But I would like, I'd like to do something with somebody, and that's not like nobody even knew what that meant. I didn't know what it meant, but I'm like, wow, yeah, I could really use a back massage, or I would like to have a threesome with 2 men that are, while we do these things. It at least lets people know what you're into. And I like Reed often shares his wildest and mildest. He has everyone share, like, if nothing else happened at the play party, what would be your thing? And like, I love that. Like, just some cuddling and massage with a great conversation. That's so much fun. And what's your wildest? And that gives people like, oh, I like that wildest. I want to do that too. And maybe you don't hit that, but you still give people insights. I used to think like you, like, people would just guess what I wanted or invite me in, and like if I didn't, otherwise if I asked for it, I was bothering them. And I wonder if that comes from when we were little kids. Like, moms and dads are often tired, and us asking for stuff is like one more burden. It's like, oh my God, don't ask for stuff. Because like I always feel like I shouldn't ask. That if they wanted me to be there, they'd ask me. But a lot of people don't know like what you're into or what you'd want to do. So asking is really powerful, but it does take. It's a little scary.
I mean, I also think people should know that it's a process, and no one expects you to know everything, and it's okay. You can ask questions too. People are open to questions. So I think that's, for me, being comfortable, knowing who's hosting the party is big for me, knowing how they run things, and I think the elevator speech is like my favorite thing ever. The mildest and wildest. And also, those are great icebreakers to know who you're with. And, if you're going to be invading someone's space, or if you're like, oh, you love what I love, I want to love it with you. Yeah. Like, play parties are interesting. Play parties are fun.
Yes.
They're not for everyone, and every play party is not for you. I think that's something to know about as well.
Yeah, like, I don't like swinger parties generally because I like more intimate, like, more connected kind of feeling. So yeah, those are great points. Thank you so much for sharing. If you have comments or thoughts or other tips for people that are new to play parties, please leave comments below. We'd love to hear. Thanks, Jimanekia. Congratulations on taking this time for yourself and learning these things. If you'd like to follow more of this, you can subscribe to my channel here. Social media is up here, and there's more videos of this type here. See you soon.